Your favorite fat boys.
Man, what it's like, bitch.
What's up, everybody? Your favorite fat boy, Jarron.
Stefan, aka Mayhem, aka your mental health guru, aka the king of Sinai.
Cyanide or cyanide?
Sinai.
Oh, okay.
Not cyanide. That's horrible.
I know what you're going for these days.
That's true. Nobody knows what I do on the weekdays.
Yeah, you don't like Bit Slime? I was going to call you Bit Slime today.
We already had to talk about that.
If y'all want stuff on change the name to Bit Slime, mention it, shout out in the comments.
Oh, we gonna call you Dialysis Billy then. We giving out nicknames.
Dialysis Billy?
DB.
I thought you at least it was a Dialysis Dan.
Nah, it's a DB, got more bass to it.
All right, so don't call him Bit Slime. All right, so welcome back to the podcast, everybody. And this is our celebration episode of, well, we've done this podcast for 4 years now. So, yay. And this is my 5th year. March, this will be in April now. So, March is my 5th year on dialysis. Yay.
All right, yeah, I don't know. Is that a yay situation?
I mean, I could be dead.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Every little victory counts.
So, and my birthday was yesterday, so today's Thursday. So, this will come out when? On Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, this will be out on Tuesday on SoundCloud.
So, I'll be
Wednesday on YouTube.
So, my birthday it'll be a week old by the time this episode comes out. So, how you gonna celebrate my birthday?
The same way I celebrate it every year.
Let's do something different.
We too late in the game to be changing.
God damn it, I can't get what I want. I understand why I can't get what I deserve.
Oh, what you deserve.
Yes.
Let me tell you what you deserve over the years that I've known you.
This past 5 years, let's keep it contained.
Oh, shit.
Let's keep it.
Since we want to be making big proclamations, tell you what the fuck you deserve over all the years I've known you.
Oh, boy. So, I guess we'll start with the podcast, So, this is our 4th anniversary. No big milestone, really. We've been doing this, been consistent. So, hopefully y'all like it and keep subscribing and watching, listening, things like that.
Yeah, the two people who watch it.
Yeah. Pretty much me and him. Oh, shout out to the guy that's out, what's it, Switzerland?
No, Germany.
Germany. Shout out to you.
So I don't know who you are, but you consistently listen to this podcast on SoundCloud every time it drops.
I think his name was Gunther.
Right. No, maybe it's a woman. This is Brunhilde.
There we go. So we appreciate the love support all the way in Germany. If you like us, comment and we'll come out to Germany. They like black people out there?
They're not racist per se.
We might stay out there for like a day or two. We'd be good.
Yeah.
All right, 2-day trip. So, and with my 5-year anniversary with dialysis, as y'all know, I've been through quite a bit since from the beginning of this podcast and up to this point, but I'm still doing fairly well. I'm in a stable condition. I like to keep it that way. Don't want to become sicker and be in the hospital with a bunch of tubes and wires and stuff to keep me alive. So I just saw my doctor today, my heart doctor, and he said I look good, I sound good, and he'd rather me walk into the hospital when the transplants are ready versus me being hospitalized and have to, be in a bad condition in order for me to get the transplants. So let's keep that energy going in that direction. So, but however this goes, I've already accepted the fact that that's how my story's supposed to go. If it goes in a positive way, or if I become really, really sick and I've been in the hospital. So
Right.
it's been a journey. So with all that being said, we're gonna talk about mental health. So I recently been seeing a therapist outside of Stefan. He said he got tired of hearing the same story.
Said I was changing the channel.
So I started seeing a therapist back in December of 2022, and then I had to get a referral from my primary care doctor to continue to see the therapist. And once I got that cleared, right after I had my seizure is when I started going to the therapist on a regular basis. And I feel it's been really helpful just to, kind of unpack all I've gone through the last 5 years now with all my health and everything.
So that means I'm gonna be getting less calls about your bullshit?
Yeah, and yes and no.
What you mean yes and no?
I mean, you still an unofficial therapist. So, I think, unofficial, official, balance me out.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you still have best friend dues you got to fulfill.
The therapist just happens to fall under that.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I wasn't like scared of going to therapy or like had any preconceived notions about it. Like, it was just something that I wanted to, get into because I'm like, I want to put too much on you to say. I know you don't care what how much I tell you, what I tell you in a sense, but I just like, let me go see someone professional and let me work on some things myself. And not you having your own issues, nothing like that, but you have a lot of other people as well. So
yeah, so everybody looks at me like I got broad shoulders, so they put all this shit on my back.
Right, so I want to be what I say upstairs. I want to be considerate. I want to be a considerate friend. Take my bullshit elsewhere. So. But yeah, it's been working out pretty well. Like I've been talking about, my health and how that's made me feel over the years. Like I never felt like I was scared or depressed or anything like that. It's just that when you think about it, I've just gone through a whole lot in the last few years, with my health, our relationship that didn't pan out, and aftermath of that. And the pandemic really didn't affect me, but like I had pneumonia, had blood clots, then caught an infection all in 2020. So that was a lot within itself in that 1 year, when my health being like up and down and out the hospital and things like that. So I'm a lot better now than I was 3 years ago. So the bounce back has definitely been great.
So you and your therapist clicked?
Yeah, I would say so. We clicked, and she gives me a lot of kudos for being able to handle everything in the perspective that I had, the positivity I have, my mindset about a lot of things. And I think that a lot of that comes from me talking with you already and kind of like putting things in perspective, and then already having like a talk prior to that, and then dealing with it a certain way and not overreacting to things and just taking it one step at a time. Because she really was surprised by that, just how positive my outlook was on a lot of things. So we definitely clicked, and I look forward to see how the rest of these sessions are gonna go for the rest of the year. Not saying I'm gonna end of the year, but just how that's gonna progress. So I don't have no skeletons I'm hiding in the closet, nothing like that. It's been about my health and how that made me feel, and because one thing she asked me was what was like the most shocking thing that happened with my health, and I'm like, well, nothing really like surprised me per se, except for like maybe like the weight loss. But even then, that wasn't like a big shock. The thing that kind of stood out to me the most was when I was working at PayPal. And I worked there for like about 6 going on 7 years. And I would say I was really cool with a lot of people. I can't say I was close to them. I was really cool with them.
Right.
And was like when I got in the hospital, I was calling like my managers and supervisors saying, like, hey, I'm in the hospital. This is what's going on. I'm planning on coming back to work. I'm not quitting, nothing like that. But once I get like stable, I'm gonna come back and figure things out. All they were telling me was to go to talk to Sedgwick, which was like the group that handles FMLA and things like that. So when I talked to somebody that was in my department, that was in charge, like the supervisor at that time, they were like, make sure you talk to Sedgwick, make sure everything's lined up with Sedgwick. So they weren't really telling me anything. They weren't checking on me. They weren't calling to see if everything was all right.
Right.
And then I went there one day to visit, and the reception was really cold. And I wasn't expecting no parade, nothing like that. Or like, hey, Jarron, hoo, hey, you back, and all that. It was just kind of like, oh, you're alive. And it was really cold responses I got from people that were like, when I was dead, they're like, hey, good morning, how you doing? Like, what we're going to get to eat? Like how the kids doing? Like, how are you? And it was.
I mean, that's a bit of that compartmentalization. They're your coworkers. They're your friends at work.
Right.
How often do you spend time with them outside of work?
Right, and I realized that I didn't spend a lot of time with them outside of work, so they didn't really know Jarron per se. They just knew the coworker Jarron. So I get that and everything. It was kind of like they need to take a step back because, like, okay, these are not really people that. I don't think they wish me any ill will, but they didn't really care for me too much outside of work.
Yeah, I mean, it can present itself as a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah. So it was just like, okay, maybe take a step back. And then like when PayPal said to me, like, okay, we're going to let you go because you don't have a return to work date. That's when I realized, like, okay, this is just business. It wasn't because I wasn't doing my job well, because I wasn't there to do my job, period.
Right.
So I get that and everything. And like out of everybody I was cool with, I retained one friend. Like one of my friends, Sharina, me and her have like kept in contact outside of PayPal over these last few years and everything. So I appreciate that friendship a whole lot. Cause I'm like, I don't need a whole lot of friends, but the fact me and her kept in contact and it was genuine, I value that a lot. And I appreciate that a lot too. So, and there's other people that like, I still talk to through social media and everything, and we'll chit chat here and there, say, you know, check on each other in a sense, but it's like, that's just what it is. And I don't, you know, there's no ill will towards them or nothing like that, but it's like, you know, people kind of just, people go in their own direction in life.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I barely remember any the names of my coworkers over the past.
yeah, because like,
years.
man, it'd be funny. It's funny you said because like one of my close friends, Mike, we worked together at Home Depot and at Panera Bread, and then I was talking to him a few months ago. I was like, oh yeah, I ran a so and so from Panera Bread. Like who? I'm like, you remember something? He's like, oh okay. And he like, I don't remember none of these people. How you remember that? I'm like, I got a better memory, I think, to some people, but I feel you come from where it's like I recognize a face more so I can remember a name sometimes. Or I may be like, oh damn, that's so and so from this place and that and third. So yeah, that's probably the most, I won't say the most shocking, but definitely maybe take a moment to kind of step back and be like, you know what? Worry about people that worry about you and keep those people close.
Right.
And value those relationships and friendships. So, and it, you know, it all worked out. So I got like, I have a smoke with friends, and I appreciate those friends that I have. And that's all. I've never been the type of person I feel like I need a whole lot of friends to feel like special and important. Because yesterday my birthday, I heard from everybody I wanted to hear from. I talked to who I wanted to talk to, and I was good. I was really good with that. Like, would I have liked a surprise party? Maybe. You know, would I have liked a gift? Some brownies, maybe some spaghetti.
Wait a minute, hold up. You got brownies.
I never batch a brownies.
Now you're just asking for extra.
You know, what I would like to be taken to a nice steak dinner at Ruth Chris. That's not your duty.
Oh, fuck! I look like I better be getting some ass afterwards. We ain't gay, but we gay today.
When I get my next girlfriend, that's what I want. I want a surprise party and a Ruth Chris steak dinner. So that's taking off your plate.
Oh, it was never on my plate. I ain't even have a plate.
So, but yeah, and if there's something that I want, I mean, I don't look for anybody to get it for me. I just go and get it myself. So my focus this year has really been like to pay off my debts, and once I do that by June, July, then I won't splurge, but I'm gonna just save my nest egg back up, and just I want to travel somewhere. I want to definitely go somewhere. So I have a separate savings account I've been putting money to the side because I know my goal was that when I get the transplants, I want to go to like Greece or Rome, something like that for like a few days and, kind of just like chill out there. I'm thinking about doing a solo trip probably maybe this year, maybe next year for my birthday, definitely. But that's something I'm planning, like some kind of like little solo trip. So, and I bought money for Stefan. And I want to let you know, since March was National Kidney Month, the rest of my OU went to them. So you got a problem with them, take it up with National Kidney Fund.
Oh, shit. Get him on the phone. Get him on the phone.
They did it more than you do. You good. You got it.
Get him on the phone.
He ain't right. But somebody that needed it.
Get him on the phone.
You gonna do that to them?
You damn right. If you sold the debt off to them, then I'm gonna harass them.
But little Timmy need a kidney.
Timmy gonna be all right. Timmy better have my money. So you should have knew what you was getting into. You accepted those dollars.
Not the mob. So, boy, that was funny. So yeah, but the last few months have been going good. Didn't do like a big celebration for my birthday, but like I said, me talking to who I wanted to talk to and getting the birthday wishes from my family, my friends. And I got dialysis early, no seizure, no hospital visit. It was a good day. And I'll take a good day like that over a hospital stay anytime. So,
right.
Anything going on with you?
Nope. This is me we're talking about here.
No new ventures. Nobody popping up your house randomly.
We already know the answers to those questions. So nobody pops up in my house randomly, but the people who are here, it ain't random.
So, what else we got? Funny hospital stories. Is there anything you want to add to this before we get into the funny hospital stories? Like, you want to say happy birthday, Jarron? No, okay. You want to say congratulations on your health journey?
First and foremost, I already acknowledged that it was your birthday at the beginning of the podcast.
I didn't hear it. Do it again.
No. When you rewatch this, you'll see that. I don't repeat myself.
Okay.
And secondly, I also acknowledged your 5 years on dialysis. We
did.
We did the woohoo in the beginning. Okay. I was a part of that. You were sitting right next to me.
I did. I was. I remember that.
So I don't know what else you need me to say. You've been acknowledged on all fronts. That is as best as I can do.
All right, pat my back. Pat my back.
I'm patch back on.
I swear to God. You think that shit go out of whack.
Then I'm not going to pat you back.
So, let's see. Funny hospital stories.
So this is definitely a you segment.
Yeah. Oh, you got one because years ago when I got admitted in the hospital for congestive heart failure, Stefan came to visit me, and I was out the room for some kind of test, and you finished the rest of this. You remember that, right?
No, I don't.
So when they took me out the room and you were in there waiting for me to come back, the nurse came in there and like, "Oh, you leaving already?"
Oh yeah. I was like, "Oh, I'm not him." Because I guess his chart was bad when he first got there.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, you leaving already?" I said, "Oh no, I'm not him. I just came to visit."
Yeah, it was like a oh, and his response like, "Oh, I'm not me, no."
she was looking at the chart like, "Woo, are they letting you go?" It's like, "Oh, I'm not him. I just came to visit."
When I had the surgery for them to remove the infection back in 2022, that's 2021. Then the practitioner nurse came to visit me for a follow-up visit, and I came down. I was already downstairs. She came in and everything, and we started talking. She's like, "Wait a minute, so you're Jarron?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "But the chart says this, that, and the third, and this, that, and all this other stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And she was like, "You do not like what your chart says." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I look on paper. I'm all fucked up."
On paper, you're a 75-year-old man.
In death's door. So, well, she looked at me. She's like, "You look like you could, do a whole lot. Like, you don't have no problem walking." Like, "No, you walk a cane or a walker." I said, "No, like, this is what I normally, this is how I normally move around." And she's like, "Oh," like, say, "But unzipping you open, she's like, unzip, if you unzip you, this is a shit bag, a shit show." So I'm like, "Yeah, I know that." So I get those compliments. I know it's a compliment, but I get those reactions a lot now. So
it's because you're a relatively young man with old ass man problems.
Right. I don't know if I told the story or not, but this one was just in my head because one time when I was in the hospital, I got my shunt put in. It may have been a nurse, but he was really adamant about washing me. And I told him, like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need anybody to wash me. Like, I can do that on my own." Like, "You sure?" Yeah, he had an African accent. Like, "Are you sure? I will wash you really well. I will take good care of you, my friend. I will do a good job. I am the best washer on my village. I will take care of you. I will scrub you from head to toe. Be clear as a whistle."
Hey, Africans take their job seriously.
And I was like, "Why are you so adamant about washing me?"
I'd have took that scrubbing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd have took the scrubbing. Go ahead and get under all the nooks and crannies. You missed out, sir.
I might have missed out, but I was not about to let that man touch me. I'm a whole grown person. I do not need you to be scrubbing me. He was doing this with his hands too. Like, he was doing these motions like this, like put me like wax on, wax off. I'm like,
you missed out, sir. I'd have took that scrubbing.
I don't know why in my mind I got you doing like with your legs up.
Right, got one leg up, both arms up. Get in there, guy. Get in there.
So, and then I remember one time there was another African lady. she was a dialysis tech, and she was real strict about certain things. So sometimes when I was in the hospital, they would let me eat while I was on the machine during the dialysis treatment, and she was the only person who said no. But the way she said it was like so aggressive. She told me she brought the food. They brought the food and everything. I said, "Can you hand me my tray?" And she like, "Oh no, you are not eating now. You think you can eat while on dialysis? No." I'm like, "Well, they been letting you eat? Not on my watch. I know baboon's fool. You will not eat on my watch." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, Jesus Christ, but like her accent and it came out real thick.
Oh, you sound terrible. Just so cluck. Fucking terrible.
So that was the one that one stuck with me. And besides I mean, one time I was on the toilet and I was trying to use the bathroom, and the technician, the person, they had people come in like check your pressure and your vitals every so often. So the technician was changed. It was the end of her shift. She came in there and was like, she knocked on the door. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in here." She's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she asked, she said, "What were your vital signs?" I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "What were your vital signs?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember what they were. I'm using the bathroom. Well, can you give me a ballpark figure of when you were, what they were? Because my shift about to end. I need put them in the system. I'm like, I'm on the toilet.
I mean, you still in the hospital, goddammit. Do what she asked.
So it's like I've had like some I won't say sketchy, but it's like, why are you doing this right now while I'm trying to use the bathroom? Like, well, leave me alone.
She told you her shift was in and she got to get those numbers in.
Like, you better get from the next person then. So, and then there have been experiences where like I've had some good nurses and things like that, good doctors. The one thing I don't like about the hospital too much is because I've always been in a teaching environment. They always bring their students in there, and then the students want to look at me and ask me a bunch of questions. It gets real redundant real quick.
It's residency.
Yeah. But
So
then
new doctors got to learn.
Right. And then I've also had some very interesting roommates at times. And I think you heard a couple of them on the phone when you talked to me and, in the background, things like that.
Yeah.
So I had one roommate, he had like a psychotic break. He was talking to himself and he just started crying. And he was talking to, I guess, his parents. He's like, "I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, Dad. I failed you. I let you down." And he just started having this whole episode. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So and I had one roommate. I forgot what he was in there for. I think it's something drug related. Because he told them when he get out, he gonna get some drugs again.
At least he honest.
Because he told him you keep on what you're doing, you gonna die. He's like, "Well, you might keep me here because I'm gonna go there and get some more." My last hospital visit, it wasn't nothing real funny happened. I know one thing, be some thick ass nurses in there. Who child?
I mean, I guess you got the worst and the best of luck. Ain't no thick ass nurses where I'm at.
I ain't a pervert. I'm trying nothing like that when I see somebody that has a nice figure, nothing like that. But it's like, damn, like when you get off.
See, I treat that situation the same way I treat the attendants at my dentist. I don't know if I could date a person who has that intimate amount of information about me.
That's just true too. I get that. I definitely get that because it's like that. All my business.
Yeah, it's like I can't date a woman who had her hands in my mouth.
I mean, you gonna get a scrub bath. You might as well
different.
You might go for extra credit.
Ain't that personal about that scrubbing.
So that's pretty much it as far as funny hospital stories. I mean, like I said, nothing happened the last day, and those are the ones I shared are most memorable to me from giving the last years over the years and everything. So recap. I'm still on dialysis, going on 6 years. Hopefully, I get my transplants, soon. If not, I'm good with waiting because I'm pretty stable. Right. And I got an official therapist and a licensed therapist now to keep me sane and balanced. And we're still doing the podcast because I got nothing to do.
I mean, I would have been a licensed therapist, but they wanted me to do an unpaid internship. Fuck that! I don't work for free.
You need your money. So you were better you get your license. What would you like? What would be the criteria for you to get that? You have to do an internship still. Or?
Well, in order to get a dual degree I was doing computer science, and I got a bunch of minors, but one of my minors my major minors was psychology, but in order to get a degree in psychology, you need to do an internship at a facility.
Okay. And
I was willing to do it, but they said it was unpaid. And I was like, yeah, you're not getting free labor out of me. It's not. Brother got bills. Yeah, I don't work for free.
Right. So that take a back seat.
Yeah.
Understandably so. So, and what else we got going on? So you haven't so far check out our new segment, Get Off Our Lawn. That's pretty funny. And I hate the internet. And any episodes you haven't seen on the podcast, you catch up on. And we got some fad adventures coming soon. You want to do something? You want to do one this weekend? Maybe.
I mean, you know my stance on it.
All right, it's warm out, so yeah, we could.
So you let me know.
Okay, you gonna treat this time?
That's not how we operate.
God damn, I can't get nothing. I gotta be around the right time to get something.
I mean, you get the ride. You ain't driving to these places.
Yeah, that's a good trade off. You know, why should I mess with a good system that works? Why do I want to improve upon something that already works?
I'm telling you, I mean, if you want to, you can do it by yourself. I just give you the camera. You send me the video after it's over. If you want to save some money.
I ain't about saving money. I just want to be treated. I want to feel loved. All right, so that's time for me. My therapist talk too.
I'm just right. Tell her I said fuck all that. You said you want to feel love. You take about the number of hours I give you free labor for this podcast. That's some goddamn love.
You bring up a good point, sir. So on that note, like, comment, share, subscribe, and
that's the show.
Send us off, bitch slime.
All right, Dialysis Billy, DB in the house. And that's the show. And as always, you can check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Appreciate you. Take it easy.
Peace.